Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here again. We are getting closer and closer to the start of the 2023 League of Legends competitive season, and we just, have a couple stories to talk about wrapping up the offseason. Before we get into all of that, today I want to talk about Astralis and how their jungle situation and how it went down this offseason might actually be way worse than we even first thought, even though, I and a lot of other people have already been very, very, very critical of the situation they put themselves in headed into 2023. But we'll talk about that in a second. First, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy, and you can see League of Legends esports, it's finally back. They have all kinds of different games and offerings right now. It's a lot of the Chinese League of Legends season has kicked off, but look, it's really plain and simple. All you got to do is select a player and then select whether you think they're going to get more or less than whatever prop here is. This one is whether I think this person's going to get more or less than 4.5 kills in the first 3 matches against BLG, which is, again, is a very, very low number, but, assuming they're pretty big underdogs in this one, so who knows. But if you guys want to check out Prize Picks, start making some picks of your own, check out the first link in the description below. They're actually going to match your first deposit up to $100 for new users, which is an awesome, awesome deal. So thank you so much to them. And of course, they're helping, support my channel and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this. This is the article that we talked a little bit about yesterday from Eros. I want to continue to talk about it because I do think there are some real gems in here. This is 7 moves that didn't happen from this offseason. And what he talks about here is the one for Astralis, Junjia. Junjia was one of the most solid candidates to fill the jungle position in Astralis, so much so that Doinb commented in one of his streams that an LPL player would leave the Chinese league to join the LEC, Junjia being this person, which is very, very crazy. Again, Doinb, he likes us to talk about stuff probably before he should. And, he likes to be like on the forefront of the rumor game for whatever reason. He's kind of, taken up that mantle or taken up that throne as kind of like the Eastern, I don't know, Yankos or somebody, I guess. But yeah, he usually has good info. He obviously knows a lot of people. He has a lot of connections. Obviously, he's very, very involved in the scene. And this was something that, again, he thought was happening. He had heard was happening. And, something that was very, very close to happening, according to him and to Eros now. But due to the problem with visas for Asian players and a change of plans. So this, I don't really know exactly what this means, because obviously this was some kind of visa issue, but also a change of plans. Don't know if that's a change of plans from Astralis, a change of plans from Junjia, maybe a little bit of both. Who knows? Maybe somebody talked some senses into Junjia, or the money side of things changed. I don't know, but again, if it was just a visa issue, hey, maybe there's nothing you can do about that. Maybe it's not their fault. Who knows? But if there's other plans or issues or things coming up, that could be a little bit worse. In the end, the Danish side ends up closing with 1-1-3, which again, I do think was probably one of the worst moves of the entire offseason. Yeah, there was, maybe some bad moves all over the place. LCS, LEC, looking at some of these rosters and some of the players that are in the LEC now. But I watched a lot of K-Corp last year. Like, there was times in spring where I thought, hey, maybe one day 1-1-3 could be a LEC level jungler. He definitely has talent. He definitely has potential. There's definitely something there. But I thought that a lot less in the summer split, and never really once throughout the whole year did I ever think, wow, right now 1-1-3 is an LEC level jungler. And I don't really think anybody else thought that either, which makes no sense to me how he ends up as a jungler for Astralis. But if he was going to be the jungler for any team, and you made me guess, Astralis would probably be my first guess. Maybe I could guess SK as second, but it would be one of those two teams, because there's always the two teams doing some really weird shit, doing some shit that no one expected, doing some stuff that everyone would say, wow, that is really, really dumb. But here's the other thing is, of course, they had other options in the jungle. It's not like 1-1-3 and Junjia were the only two options. A few more names that were discussed during the offseason in this position were Buggy, the current TSM jungler, who also I don't really think is going to be all that great. I'm not really that excited for him on TSM. I don't know why Astralis is talking to all these weird random-ass players. We have Maxi. He was the Fnatic TQ jungler last year. He's a pretty hyped up prospect. People are saying, he's one of the junglers that are on a lot of people's radar. If Astralis would have went with him, maybe he's going to be good, maybe not, but it at least wouldn't have been totally shocking. It wouldn't have been totally against the grain. Also, we have Linkus here as well. This guy I had honestly never even heard of. Apparently, he was the jungler for Dusty last year. I don't even know what that is. An NLC team, I guess. Yeah, Dusty was in the NLC. I didn't really watch or follow the NLC much last year or really ever, and I especially didn't watch much of EU Masters in summer, when K-Corp wasn't as strong of a team and wasn't making a run and all that kind of stuff. So, I didn't know a lot about this guy. I didn't hear about him, but apparently he's a 19-year-old Lithuanian jungler. Don't know, where he is relative to, the level of 113 at this point or anything like that. And then, of course, I wanted to show you guys Junjia's page as well. In case you didn't know about him, he is a 20-year-old Taiwanese jungler who's been playing in the LPL, EDG Youth, EDG, Rare Atom, and back to EDG as a sub over the past couple of years. But obviously a pretty, at least decently exciting LPL talent, especially, you have to assume when you're comparing it to the likes of LEC and LCS players and Western players in general. Astralis, it sounds like, was close to making a great move, or at least a pretty good move, especially relative to their, team and overall strength and everything. Sounds like they had a couple moves that could have maybe been okay. Maybe Linkus would have been okay. Maybe Buggy would have been okay. Maybe Maxi would have been an okay move that got some people excited. Somehow they end up on 113, and somehow I'm not surprised. But it definitely seems like Astralis took a pretty big L in this situation. But it also sounds like things could have been pretty different. But unfortunately for Astralis and their couple of fans, this is the reality we are living in. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Check out Prize Picks, first in the description below. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.